I need your help me please subscribe my Chanla. I can still hear the sound of that door closing behind me. Soft, polite, final. They couldn't even look at me. Just HR, a manila folder, and a line that had been rehearsed 1,000 times. It's not personal, but betrayal always is. It wasn't just a job I lost. That company was my creation, built line by line, sleepless night after sleepless night. Every algorithm that powered their dreams had my fingerprints on it. I trusted them. I trusted him. Evan Carter, CEO, visionary, my mentor, my friend. He was the one who found me in that tiny university lab, surrounded by cold coffee and code that barely ran. He offered me a desk, a purpose, a future. We'll change the industry together, he'd said, hand outstretched. And I believed him. God help me, I believed him. For 5 years, we did exactly that. We built something remarkable, a predictive analytics engine, so advanced it forced competitors to bleed cash just trying to catch up. When the merger talks began, I thought it was our moment, our victory. Then I started noticing things. Meetings I was invited to, presentations that no longer included my name, contracts where my work had quietly been relabeled as corporate property. It began with small omissions, a missing signature, a slide deck without my initials. But subtlety turns into silence, and silence becomes exile. By the time they called me in, I already knew. Still, when I heard the words, "Your services are no longer required," I almost laughed. Almost. Because 2 months earlier, I'd already set my plan in motion. See, true genius doesn't just create. It anticipates. I'd noticed something. Little gaps in how our legal department filed intellectual property. They were lazy. They always assumed the company's name belonged on every patent. So one late night, I stayed back, changed a few signatures, and refiled our cornerstone patent, the one the merger depended on, under my own LLC. My name, my ownership. Then I waited. I said nothing when they locked me out of the system. I said nothing when they escorted me to the elevator. Silence, when used well, can cut deeper than fury ever will. From a distance, I watched as the company prepared for the $600 million merger. Evan gave interviews, flashing that trademark grin, the smile of a man convinced he'd already won. He talked about innovation, about his team, never once about me. Perfect. On the morning of the signing, I walked into the hotel ballroom dressed in black, not to gloat, just to witness. The air reeked of champagne and denial, luxury trying to cover panic. From the back of the room, I watched lawyers swap folders, pens poised over dotted lines. Evan leaned forward, confident as ever. Then the head of legal frowned. Once. Twice. "Mr. Carter," she said carefully, "there's a problem with the patent documentation." He blinked. "What kind of problem?" "It appears the intellectual property is registered under an individual, not the company." "Who?" he demanded. She hesitated, then read my name. Silence. The kind that sucks the oxygen out of a room. Evan's face drained first, then flushed red. He looked around, eyes scanning the crowd, and found me. I didn't move, didn't smile, just watched the understanding crash into him. "You," he whispered. "Me," I said. The buyer's lawyers were already closing their folders, murmuring words like liability, breach, due diligence failure. The deal, his deal, was dying in front of him. $600 million dissolving in real time. He stumbled toward me, half in rage, half in disbelief. "You can't do this." "I already did," I replied, calm and clear. "It was our idea." "Then you shouldn't have signed me out of it." Security moved between us, though there was nothing left to stop. Ownership is ink. Ink is power. And mine was ironclad. As I turned to leave, I heard the first scream, not from him, but from one of the lawyers realizing what it meant. No merger, no payout, no golden exit. Just a company collapsing beneath the weight of its arrogance. Outside, the morning air was sharp and clean. I stood there for a while, not feeling joy, exactly. Something purer. Justice doesn't roar. It whispers. It doesn't demand applause. It simply balances the scales. I didn't destroy them out of spite. I just let the truth do what truth always does. Finds way back to the light. They fire me a week before a $600 million merger. And in the end, it cost them everything.